So I accidentally became like really popular at school by doing something that was super cringe, but it did teach me something about shy introverted guys that's worth talking about. So let's get started. So it was Friday, right? Friday morning. My dad just dropped me off. I was walking to school and I knew it was going to be another boring day, right? And as I'm walking in the hallway, I see a friend of mine and he's dressed up extremely smart, right? Like he's usually the type to just wear pants and a hoodie and call it a day, right? But this was like a full-on outfit, right? And I saw that and I asked him, yo, dude, you're looking pretty smart today. He's like, oh yeah, very nice, very performative. And it was then that I remembered something that I remember hearing on the group chat of the guys that they were gonna do on Friday, but I wasn't 100% certain. So as I was walking with him to our class, because we had the same class, we walked in and I saw 3 guys all dressed up in the exact same style outfit, right? It was then that I remembered, oh, right. They had agreed they were all going to show up to school on Friday in performative male outfits. Now, if you don't know what a performative male is, it's essentially a guy that acts super aesthetic and has all these niche interests, all for the validation of women, right? Crazy stuff. And they were obviously doing it as a joke, right? None of them were taking it seriously. And it was really fun to see. And I thought, dude, you know what? I want to join in, right? I want to join the fun. But my outfit was like the opposite of performative in every way. I had like green cargo pants, I had some random navy blue shirt and a navy hoodie, right? Not aesthetic at all. But I decided, you know what? I'm gonna lock in, right? So I did what I could, right? So I took off my hoodie and I wrapped it around my neck, like, a proper douchebag. And I went to the school library, got a random female coded book, right? There was like some book about like a girl pretending to be rich or something. I didn't even care. And then I took a pen, opened the book and pretended like I was, really reading it thoroughly throughout the school day, right? So of course, this got like giggles, it got chuckles, it got like some girls taking like their phones out and taking photos, all this stuff, right? To be expected. I mean, that was the whole point. It was supposed to be a bit goofy. But something that was interesting is that I actually got more people, both guys and girls, talking to me than on an average Friday. Way more. Way more of them were like asking me questions. They wanted to hear what I had to say. They wanted to hear my opinions. And it was just almost a completely different vibe, right? And this seems almost too simple to realize, but people just want to have fun, right? And me dressed up like this, it was unique, right? And it was just fun to see, right? To see a guy dressed up so intellectually and smart, right? And I think it really sold the importance of just how many weird hobbies and weird niche interests us as guys have, right? There are so many things that you and I enjoy that would be seen as a bit too performative, as a bit too weird, as a bit too cringe. I don't know, maybe you do practicing languages on Duolingo religiously. Maybe you do actually enjoy sipping matcha while reading your Atomic Habits book out of your tote bag. Maybe you do actually like listening to video game music when you study. Maybe you do actually enjoy, or maybe you do have strong opinions about interior design or something like that. Maybe you do enjoy collecting philosophy books based on topics you don't even know about, right? Maybe you have so many of these interests, right? But because, thanks again, social media, we've been conditioned to know that, oh no, there are only a select few of good habits. The rest of them are bad, they are lame, they are cringe, they are performative, nothing good comes from those ones. Just stick to the good ones like, drop shipping and crypto and gym, right? It's so cringe. So really, just that day of me doing something so shamelessly cringe that actually got people interacting with me so much more, it made me realize just how much being a performative male can actually be super fun, right? Now, of course, I'm not saying that you should deliberately do things you don't like to do, because then that really is the definition of performative. You're just doing it for the attention. But if there are things that you do enjoy, so much so that maybe if you did them out in the open, you would attract, a few glances here and there. Maybe some people would stare a bit. Maybe somebody would ask you a question. Don't hide from that. Because usually, from my experience, people that do that, they're not staring because they're angry or somehow like, disgusted. No, get that away from me. No, usually they're staring because they're interested, they're curious. Sometimes they're just too shy to ask questions like, oh, what are you doing? Or how did you do that? That sort of stuff, right? And again, this is also a really, really good exercise in training yourself to realize how little people care. Because throughout this Friday that I did this, as much as some people did look, some people did giggle, some people did ask questions, so many more just straight up did not care. It was really an eye-opener. And it's something that me and you as shy, introverted guys really need to learn as many times as we can. That nobody really cares that much about you, dude. No matter what you're dressed up as. In fact, I've actually made a habit of like once a week, I try to do something shameless. Like maybe I'll go for a run with my shirt off, or I'll like walk down the road with like a weird pose, like I have my hands behind my head or something like that, right? Just to remind myself, oh, nobody actually cares that much. People do not actually realize you're doing anything out of the ordinary because they're so busy in their own worlds. But that's a video for a different time. Let's see what else I have here. I think that is about it. Yeah. No, dude, just TLDR, enjoy what you enjoy. It sounds simple, but so many guys hide their opinions. So many guys hide their thoughts. So many guys hide their interests because they don't think they'd be liked for it. They think it would be cringe. So here's a challenge to you. Do you have any interests or hobbies that you enjoy that you wouldn't actually share, you wouldn't go out in public with because you think that it doesn't fit like the image that you're trying to portray? I challenge you to write them in the comments and maybe, just maybe, try doing it out in the open. Do it in a cafe, do it in class, do it in study hall. But hey, I'm just the guy on the internet. Whoa, let me not make this thing fall again. Anyway, if you want just to talk to me for whatever reason, then DM me down below at my Instagram. And if you also want the free guide to the first 5 days of your social journey, then again, down below. Check it out. Anyway, remember, take action, learn from failure. See ya.